Good morning, Chad. How you doing? How you doing? It is Tuesday, May the 20th. I have to work today. But before we go into work, figured we'd cover some of the hot touch news of the day issues, and we'll cover them a bit better this afternoon, possibly, if we've got more news. Right now, hey Americans, my fellow Americans, are you hard up for money? It's about to get so much worse. Enjoy these good times while we have them, because in 2028, all the fucky shit Trump be doing, yeah, that's when it's going to come home and those chickens are going to be a-roosting. When we give the billionaires that $1 trillion tax cut, and us poor people eat a fat, nasty fucking shit sandwiches for all my poor folks that are like me. But at least we made the billionaires richer, right, folks? Aren't you proud? We don't have good public schools. In fact, illiteracy is on the rise in America. Most of our children can't read above a 3rd grade level. But fuck yeah, we got the richest cunts in the world! Woo! Outside of that, if you want to get in on some of that riches, all you gotta do is betray some people that I don't know if they're good or bad. They are allegedly violent criminals. 10 of them escaped in Louisiana last night. They broke out through a wall that was improperly constructed with rebar, either cut out and missing, or just never placed in. But they escaped with cute little notes saying, "Catch us when you can, lol, too easy, have a good 'un." Will they be back? Who knows? Did they do anything worthy of fucking being locked away in our concentration camps? Not really, probably, but who knows? Aggravated assault, domestic violence. Hey, I know something about domestic violence, guy. I'm probably going to be looking at one of those cunts in court soon. But either way, you know, he probably got out. But he's a white. These folks were of a lesser melanin, higher melanin count, but for some reason lesser people here in the U.S. Either way, it is mighty weird how all of them are, you know, good at sports. Yeah, America's racist. Can you tell? So when they're offering a couple $100,000 to catch these boys and gentlemen, I'm Southern, so I want to say boys for all men, especially when they misbehaved. But I find that I'm hesitant to do that, because is it a racist? It feels like a racist. Let's not be a racist. Either way, 10 of them escaped, 7 of them are still on the lam. And they have been reported as armed and very dangerous. So I'm telling you, as an American citizen, as your friend, if you see these possibly 7 African-American individuals, don't fuck with them. Don't call nobody. Leave them the fuck alone. What are you, a cop? I'm being serious, though, y'all. I mean, let me be clear. If this had been a child rapist, like the one we've currently got running our country, or a serial alcoholic who had murdered people through nepotism, well, through impotence connected to their alcoholism and drunk driving, like, say, our head of the military right now, well, then I would say, yeah, definitely, if you see something, say something. You see the local pedophile go into the candy shop with one of the kids, let's say something about that. By the local pedophile, of course, I mean a priest and or a preacher, not your fucking local drag queen. Because, and this needs to be said every chance you get the chance to say it, you know how many drag queens have molested kids? If you really want to split the hairs, maybe 1 or 2 in the form of the serial killers from the 60s who were very strange folks. You know who's done it in the present day? Every church has SAM insurance, which is basically sexual assault and misconduct liability insurance. Meaning, they expect their Sunday school directors to either fuck your kids or beat them. So when I have a, you know, someone I hear on a daily try to say, well, if my kid was shouting in church, I'd just beat him. I'd beat the love of Jesus right into that little fat ass of theirs. Maybe we shouldn't be... You know, I always thought it strange as a child, and I think it might be why my mother stopped going to church for a while. But it was, Mama, why is it that God loves us so much He wants to hurt us? Like, every lesson that God teaches is, boy howdy, you should be thankful for the things I'm not gonna do to you, for all those rules of mine you broke, that I set. But either way, I'm just sort of skying at you here. In other news, hey y'all, you know how we were saying that bad things are happening, and if real bad things happen and we need to do something? Yeah, do something time is here. I can't call for it because we live in a country that I can be murdered for, you know, speaking out against our really awesome leader. Boy howdy y'all, isn't late stage Alzheimer's and nepotism just awesome? Meine Führer and yours is such a good leader. I hope Bill Maher goes to have dinner with him again soon so we can hear about how awesome Meine Führer is. But yeah, birthright citizenship is over. They've now dismantled something that was a key part. Now yeah, it'll be probably put back right when rationality rules in America again. But ladies and gentlemen, at this point, are you a natural citizen, as in your pappy's pappy was born here? Cool. Are you white? Because if both of those things are not 100%, I would highly suggest rebel in every single way you can, but do it as safely as you can. Okay? Real talk here, folks. Now is not the time for heroes and martyrs. Now is the time for strategic thinking. And that's why it's with a heavy heart I bring to you the knowledge to say, buy good, clean alcohol that you can make, like, wound cleaning materials out of, that you can put back on a shelf. Don't drink it. Stow it. Every time you go to the store, if you can afford it, get a couple extra bags of beans, maybe a bag of rice. Store it. If there's a dry seasoning like a bouillon, get it. You're gonna need that for the rice. Children, please don't be on my channel, for fuck's sake. I'm here to talk to the adults, unite hearts and minds, and hopefully get a few of you fuckers more into the extreme category of I need to change things here. But if you hear, kids, I'm being serious now. The cops are not your friends. Officer friendly will hurt your family. So now is the time for you to learn a very, very valuable lesson that hopefully your parents know. But I'll tell it to any one of you, freedom fighters especially. If you're a white supremacist, fuck it, be loud and proud. You're in a fascist fuckhead country. You're safe. For now and for the foreseeable future, your piece of shits are safe. If you care about human rights, listen, now is the time to learn the valuable lesson. If you're talking to your fellow citizens, be loud, be proud, be queer, be open. Don't go quietly into that good night. If you're talking to one of the Gestapo, the bourgeoisie, or their agents and pigs, shut the fuck up. The lesson of the day, children, ladies, gentlemen, anyone who'll fucking listen, get your parents in here for this one. Shut the fuck up. If you're going to a rally to fight for human rights and you get picked up by the bourgeois pigs, shut the fuck up. If you're at the rally and one of those bourgeois pigs offers you water, smile, nod, be polite, and shut the fuck up. When I tell you anything and everything they can use against you, they will, I mean it. I mean it. Oh, well, I just, I had a little trouble sleeping last night, so I took one of those over-the-counter pills before I got... Oh, that person's intoxicated. Arrest him. Shut the fuck up. There is only one phrase you need to say to the police. Well, two, technically. One, am I under arrest? If the answer is no, then calmly and firmly start walking away from that fucking pig. If the answer is yes, don't try to walk away. They will shoot and murder you. So instead, simply say, all right, I invoke loud and proud my Fifth Amendment right. And after that, anything else say, are these cuffs too tight? I plead the Fifth. Are you ready to get in the car? I plead the Fifth. Watch your head. I plead the Fifth. The only thing you have to answer them, and you should answer them anytime you're not saying the phrase, I plead the Fifth, you need to be saying your name, full name, proud, your name, your social security number. Again, proud. Say that shit. Memorize it. That is all you are to this country, so you need to know it. Much like if you were talking to a loved one, you would be Bill or Ted or Bobby or Frank or Julie or Jody or... Nope, you're the government. You're number 5776329. I hope I didn't dox anyone there, but either way, you get the point. You are number. You are number for machine. So, be number. Give them your name, give them your number. If they ask, give them your address. And that is it. After that, I plead the Fifth. And then so, mighty nice day we've had. 5477329. My name is blank. This is my last known address. I plead the Fifth. One, they're not your friends, so don't pretend to be theirs. Two, they're not here to help you, they're here to help the system. Don't be a cog in that system. They need as many slaves as they can get as they upend America. So, and with everything that I can say here, folks, be safe. Make careful choices. Above everything else, keep an eye on your kids. And if you can get the fuck out of here, by all means, it is not a cowardly move right now. Get the fuck out of this shithole. If you can divest in any way, I can't believe I'm saying this, fuck buying American, buy Chinese. If you can do it, buy Vietnamese specifically. But, again, it's buy non-American. Boost the other markets. Why? Those other markets care about their civilians. The Americans care about our oligarchs. Fuck our oligarchs. You got a subscription? Do you need it? If you don't, suspend it. Do you donate to a local cause? You know what I'm about to say here, hard as that phrasing is, unless it is direct action that you're giving to, say, the people of Palestine, the unhoused community around you, unless it is direct action, fuck them. They don't need it. I will say with the caveat on that one, your local library, because they are not getting any boosts from Trump's shithole economy, and again, it behooves us to have an educated youth. It's why I would say fund the schools, but if they have some kind of Trump kiss-ass nonsense, don't. They'll get government money if they suck Trump's dick. We all know they will. That's all the people care about, isn't it? As I said, it's dangerous times are here. It's time to act accordingly, and to act out accordingly. Once again, I'm not saying go bomb things. I'm not saying go commit acts of terrorism and or terroristic violence. I am not and I will not say that. This must be as nonviolent as it can possibly be. That being said, if, say, you wanted to put on a large Halloween mask, peg a goddamn ICE employee in the back of the head with a rock, run into an apartment building, and then rapidly and quickly change clothes and vanish out the back side like it's a movie, well, that'd be pretty fucking badass, fam. If you do that, certainly don't record it, but tell the resistance around you, because fuck all, that's goddamn cool as shit, fam. I'm also saying, if you see anyone that has been put into chains, unless they are a violent offender or a pedo, and those phrases are probably going to start losing some of their meaning with the Trump administration being in, soon pedo might just become the key phrase for trans folks. And if that happens, well then two things have lost their meaning. So, Guys, I hate to be the guy telling you this, but we don't get to be lazy anymore. It's homework time. It's time for those hard times. And if you ain't ready for it, well, I'm sorry. Nobody ever gets to choose it, now do they? I wasn't ready for COVID when it happened. We've got to fight. Because, guys, if we don't fight today, there is no tomorrow. Vote with your dollar. Vote with your voice. If you see something, say something. Hey, guys, so far in America, you won't get in trouble for calling a pig a Nazi piece of shit cunt. Hey, guys, believe it or not, if you work a drive-thru, you can make the pigs ask for their discount, in which case they violated the Uniform Law Code because they're not allowed to ask for discounts. Make them ask for their discount. And then record them when they're, well, yes, I want my 10%, 20% off my items. I'm a cop. I'm better than you. Peasant, give me my free things. Catch them. Catch them bitches slipping. Again, I'm not saying hurt people, guys. Haven't y'all seen fucking kids' movies? Get the principal to hit the button on the speaker and say what a fucking badass they are. That's what I'm saying here, folks, because we have to resist. But I have to be as clear as possible, especially considering the time period and the place we live. Do not resist violently right now. Because if you resist violently, they will murder you. And they will say you were the cause. Do not resist violently. Resist in the best way you can, which at the moment is simply to throw sand in that machine. When they, oh, it's a puppy. When they try to say, oh, we're looking for this individual. Oh, you're looking for that individual? Give them bad information. Give them bad leads. Tell them you saw that fella heading down towards Mexico way. Tell them you saw him heading on to Epstein's plane. Maybe he works for the president. Fuck with these people, folks. Now again, I draw the line. Don't go tampering with evidence. Don't interfere with a police investigation. Don't break the law. And right now, yeah, letters, folks. Letters is the most important part of this. Follow the letter of the law. Sir, stop. Stop dead. Do not say anything. Do not go to the ground. Do not help them. I need this information. Again, assess. Is it your name? Is it your information? If it is not your information, you don't have to give it to them. Unless it's a matter pertaining to like a lost child, something of importance. Don't. Well, this person robbed this store. That's a shame, ain't it, friends? Like I said, folks, I'm speaking passionately because it's something to speak passionately about. Right now, it's all about family now, folks. And I'm not talking the blood relatives that probably voted for Trump. Because my piece of shit family that's left alive did. My uncle and my dipshit cousin. Yeah, I know they voted for Trump because they fucking spray painted his name all over my goddamn bathroom, all over my kitchen wall. And when the time comes, because I have the evidence of that, just that, one day they might decide to regret that terrible, terrible decision they made. And that, again, folks, eventually times will return to normal. Eventually these fascists are going to try to put their masks back on. Don't let them. Either way, folks, on the brighter side of the alarmism chain here. On the bright side, we know exactly where we stand. We know what we're looking at now. Have you read a history book? We know what we're looking at. You can't say, well, maybe, well, we'll see. No, no, no. No, no, no. We have seen. Right now, we are in the Weimar Republic. Are we going to get to the full-out Nazism and fascist regime? Who knows? It depends very much on what you and I do now, fellow citizen. Once again, do not be violent, because the jackbooted fucking thugs will murder you. Right now, those 7 individuals still on the run. While I would not say turn yourselves in, certainly don't get caught slipping out there, gentlemen. They will gun you down, if for no other reason than to prove their superiority. Don't be slipping out there, folks. And also, let me be clear. I am not defending what those people might or might not have done, what they allegedly did. But what I will say is, in this country, there used to be such a thing as due process. And once upon a time, long ago, probably before I was born, you couldn't just arrest and lynch a motherfucker for no reason. You had to have evidence of their crime. You had to have a jury of their peers find them guilty. I don't like that we're in lynching times America again. And that's why I say, these individuals who escaped jail and confinement, so far, the only crime that I've seen is they escaped from an unjust and evil system that might or might not have tried to kill them, and we're going to work them as slaves until their day in court. No justice, no peace. Fight it in every way you can, folks. I'm about to unhook the mic and probably swap over to something else for a little bit once we hit day 60. But guys, endure and survive right now. We have to fight this together, or there won't be a tomorrow to fight for. If you're one of these gun nuts, well, congratulations. You might actually get to be useful for once, other than just shooting school children. Right now, stow that shit. Put it someplace safe, put it someplace way out the way where the fucking Gestapo won't find it. When the time comes to fight the resistance, or when the time comes to fight, we ain't gonna be doing it with sticks and stones. I hope that time doesn't come, but unfortunately, folks, we might not get a choice in the matter. Remember, if you don't fight it when it's on your shore, or when it first pops up, you will fight it later. It'll just be stronger. Like I said, y'all, mostly just endure and survive is more than just a catchphrase. If I'm up for it, I'll probably try to do a Last of Us stream soon, just because that'll give us the opportunity, with NPCs admittedly, to show you some basic guerrilla tactics in a way that Saints Row and the others don't. Guys, if we have to go into the trenches here, it's going to be brutal, it's going to be ugly. And you're going to hate TWOO as much as I do by the end of it, because if you understand what a civil war entails, you'll understand why the people that study it don't just throw the term around all hopsy-scopsy funds. Because if we have a civil war, understand, folks, look at your mother. Look at your father. Look at your loved ones, your brothers and your sisters. Now say goodbye. Because more than likely, if you're in a family of more than 5, not all of you are going to see the end of the war. Still want that civil war? You're not meant to want it, folks. It's not meant to be a, woo, let's go get us some white supremacy. It's not meant to be, yeah, we're going to get us some... No, it's meant to be a fucking heavy endeavor, because, one, your system is so utterly failed that we have to physically fight it. That is a not only failure, but dangerous failure. Add to that dangerous failure the fact that this isn't going to be fun, y'all. Even your enemies, it hurts when you kill them, because you're human. Every time you put a person down, it takes a little part of you away. Nobody should, ooh, we're gonna be badasses. Because that doesn't make you a fucking badass. What makes you a badass is having the skills and the knowledge to give medical aid to a person. What makes you a badass is knowing the chemical compounds to put into the ground soil to make the nitrogen composites just right to grow enough food to feed your nation. What makes you a badass is picking up a book, a dead story written upon by a dead individual from a tree, and bringing that dead person's words back to life, but with gusto. That's badass. That's a motherfucking badass. Some bitch with a gun shooting a motherfucker? That's just a coward that doesn't want to fucking die. Let's not glorify that. It's not glorious. It's ugly. It's brutal. It's survival. And I guarantee you, you might think you're going to be a hero. You're not. You're going to be covered in shit and piss. You're going to have your loved ones and your not-so-loved ones' blood all over you. You're going to smell that coppery compound of lead all the fucking time. You're never going to know clean again. You're going to be itchy from the sweat soaked into whatever you're wearing. Because I'd say a uniform, that fucker's been on you for so many days because you can't even take your shirt off to sleep. Because what if the enemy comes in while you're napping? That's civil war. That's what you want for your kids, for your children's children. It's not what I want. It's what we'll do if we have to. Because the alternative is my children being a part of a slave camp. The alternative is my children going to some foreign country to bring death to them so that they don't have to taste that bitter taste here. If that's the alternative, then yes, civil war is the only option. But if there is any other alternative, any vote that can be made, anything that can be caught in the middle, that can unfuse this situation, can defuse this, de-escalate this situation, a good man, a good individual will take that chance. Because, yeah, freedom isn't free, but it's also not a goddamn Disney club. It's not something you should want to pay. It's not a privilege to die. It's a cop-out. So forgive me for my, I don't know. Forgive me for my need to expound in such long and drawn-out ways the folly of our system. But understand, folks, that when the sun sets tomorrow, I currently have 44 subscribers. When the sun sets tomorrow, whether I have 0, whether I have 1,000, whether I have 44, I want every single one of you. I want every single one of you to eat well, to get a good 6 hours at least, to not know what suffering in the sense of, well, will my children eat tonight, is. I want that to be so far in the back rear view mirror that we talk about that shit like we talk about talking donkeys and snakes. Purely in possibility or maybes. Not in the, well, let's go find out, George, sense. My fellow Americans, I come to you today with sad news, but also a rallying cry. We must fight this now. No jokes, no cute kooky sign-offs. Today is the day. Now is that time. Stand together or fall alone. Endure and survive, people. I love you. Your family, chosen, found family, loves you. And I personally hope, once again, that by the end of the day, we're all here. I hope we all make it. By the end of work, we'll be recording another video if I'm still here and not locked in a gulag somewhere. But alright, y'all. Stay safe. Signing off for now, going mic quiet. Isn't it a pretty tower? And a fairly lovely view? This is our quiet place, chat. The sandbox we get to build in. A world we get to change without bloodshed. So again, Stay with you. Stay close to your loved ones. Keep an eye on your folks. Stay safe. Endure and survive. I think we might eventually build this swamp up into a full city. There, my plant. Okay, I might dislike the fact that Adam Conover has sold out to the bit people a little bit, the Bitcoin market a little bit. But I will applaud him for being the one to call Tim Pool out and dog walking for his stupid shit, like, live. Because he's bringing this up, and Tim Pool, of course, being the Weasley little greasy fuck that he is saying, well, I think that if you come over here, you shouldn't have the right to complain about the country. I think if you complain about the country you're in, you should be able to be arrested for it. Well, I think that's radically different than America I grew up in, and quite frankly, I wouldn't be proud of that country. I would be seeking to help get rid of that country. Well, I just don't agree with that. You don't agree that I think that? No, I'm saying I don't agree with it. Well, you can disagree with it. That doesn't mean I didn't think it. You can't disagree with what I think. I mean, again, you can disagree with it, but you can't say I don't think it. You're not in my head. But again, folks, if you take Tim Pool's advice, if you think Tim Pool's got good ideas, you're listening to an elementary school dropout. This bitch didn't even have the fucking gusto to get through elementary school. He was too weak for elementary. And you're gonna listen to him like he knows something. Shit. That's it, folks. It's Shame the ones that need shame. Help those that need help. Fight for your rights, because no one else is gonna, especially not in this country. And if you think you know someone who is, think about it real hard. Also, just asking, not condemning or trying to say anything here, but is Ethan Klein on like a lot of cocaine or something? Like, again, not trying to judge and not judging you if you do the cocaine, but it's like, bruh. Well, we got our lovely little lookout done for the moment. Right. That's all that. Right. Well, now we're officially correct on the list of it being day 59. And I've officially got a little under an hour left, so I'm going to try to do a sketchy pad if I can. We'll see. Like I said, I want to entertain y'all. Y'all don't know how I'm almost in tears over here, because it's like, I don't want to be the doom and gloom guy, y'all. I don't want to be, Civil War's coming, Tim Pool. I want to make y'all laugh. I want to be, hey, look at the structural integrity of this. I built a tower on fucking gravel. The day they turn gravity on into the system just for a day, my shit's gonna get rocked. It's funny, it's fun. I want to grow trees on my big towers. I want us to have fun, chat. Hell, if this world pans out long enough, not that I'm making any bets, we haven't reached day 80 yet, but if this world pans out long enough, I want to build like roller coasters and little trams that go around it. I want to eventually be able to pay the $10 highway robbery a month in order to play online with you guys. Oops, sorry, Wolf. I want to build us a community, you know, maybe not a productive one, but a community where at the end of the day, you can come inside and after your boss has pissed you the fuck off because you're doing their job, you can kick back and relax. You know, I want us to have fun again. But chat, to be clear, I don't know if you can, but I can't rest easy knowing that innocent people are being tortured on my behalf. I can't do it. It don't sit right. And no, I'm not saying burn yourselves out, because you will get burnt out trying to keep up with it. The system's made to burn you out. But I will say that we can't just ignore it either. Huh. I need strings. Can I make strings? I don't get to do stream. We're gonna have to get more coal before we dig much further down. No. Never used a dead rat as an alarm clock. Got done some desperate fucked up shit. Never used a dead rat as an alarm. Never used a dead anything as an alarm clock, for that matter. I mean, it's funny in a sense of like... It's like how hearing that one right-winger, you know, that always had that funny odor about him. And you always thought, oh god, he's got him some shitty weed or something. You can smell it, but you don't know what it is. It just smells sort of off. And then you find out from a stream or something, well, it's gay to touch your butthole, so I just don't wash back there. I wipe it real good and I move on. I'm gay to touch your butt. It's like, oh. It's like the dawning realization, first dawning of, oh, you don't wipe your ass and you're not just being funny, you being real. Damn. Oh shit, I've been interacting with you like a person for like years now. You don't wipe your ass. And then the further reason of, but you don't do it because, not because of a medical thing or a mental thing, well, I'd say it's a mental thing, but because you're scared in your own head you will identify yourself as a homosexual. You are so afraid of maybe being gay that you're leaving your butt crack up for yeast. Well, I don't know if it's a yeast infection. It's probably something worse than that. But that you're leaving yourself up for basically your body rotting away while you're alive. And y'all, I make that joke, but it's like, well, I would never dox the kid. He was a kid at the time. I knew people like that in the South. That just that. They were so scared to be seen as gay They didn't wash their asses properly. So it's like, yeah, you get that dawning realization of, oh shit, that kid... I thought it was a BO issue is why the kid smelled like rotten cheese. And don't get me wrong, chat, don't judge people, that might be the issue. But I also think that due to the sense of where our society is, and that's why people look at me sometimes like I'm a little fucked up, but it's like, I no longer give the charitable choice. It's, I'll ask a person. Because we live in fucked up times and people are inherently stupid. So much worse now than they ever have been. That is insane. Yeah, that's a weird thought in my opinion. Chatters, any ladies in here? Well, I'll be shocked as fuck, but any ladies in here, just let me know as a person. I'm curious if you had a loved one, a lover, if you will, and they were being a soldier, regardless of the war, but they were being a soldier fighting for the cause, and bombs struck down where they were at. Would your first thought be, oh God, I need their jism now? What if they were killed? I need to make a baby with their cum. I'm not going to say that thought wouldn't enter someone's head occasionally after years of thought of, well, what could have been. But it's like, my first thought would be, oh God, my lover, are they okay? Oh God, my bestie, are they okay? Not, oh God, my cum. It's like, your husband might be dead, lady. Isn't more than just the dick important to you? Or is it just all the juices? And for the record, look it up. It was on the IDF's official website. It's why Hassan Piker says that the IDF has goon platoons. Also, don't be anti-Semitic, motherfuckers. It's not the Jewish people, it's the IDF. Benjamin Netanyahu's a fucking monster. It needs to be deballed in front of the entire goddamn world and beaten to death with sticks. Can't say that on TOS. But, let's be clear. Your Jewish neighbor? That's your Jewish neighbor. Leave them the fuck alone. They're not your enemy. Your enemy's the fucking Nazi 4 doors down, not the Jewish neighbor. That's the other thing that kills me about Osmond Gold in particular is, yes, he's nasty. He's nasty on a level that I think we should document it. But it's like, most people that I see being that way, I don't think we should document it because I know it's because they're mentally unwell. And in our country, especially if you're poor and you're mentally unwell, you're just fucked. So it's like, yeah, it blows my mind that you could be rich, because Osmond Gold is rich as fuck, y'all. He's wealthy enough to he's wealthy enough to hire a maid, not required to have somebody come help. He's wealthy enough to hire a maid to come out once a day or once a week to help him. He chooses to have dead rat alarm clocks and a blood wall, which admittedly, in one of my mental breaks, I had a blood wall. It was a wall that I bled on. But my blood came from wounds that were either self-inflicted or cut. Again, y'all, I had a mental break, so I'm not like, ooh, kids, go do this. No. But I, too, had a blood wall. I wasn't well at the time. And my blood wall wasn't due to my teeth. It was due to The voice is not stopping until I painted the wall. It's not good, but let's be clear. Some people have fucking mental issues and they can't get help. We're just stuck doing our best with what we can, which is never very good, admittedly. Also, another key sign of somebody with, like myself, as opposed to Osmond Gold. If you tell me, hey, I'm gonna help you out, here's a good psychologist, psychiatrist, therapist, and they are a psychiatrist, psychologist, therapist, not just, oh, this is Danny from the church. But they're actually a person. It's like, yeah, I'll take the help, happily. Yeah. Let me think about that for a minute, too, chat. Not me. Stop thinking about me if you're thinking about me. Fuck that. Think about Osmond Gold for a minute, chat. He's a millionaire that is so fucking rich, but he surrounds himself with rot and decay and refuses to clean anything. He's Nurgle, but worse. Because Nurgle's nasty because Nurgle doesn't have a choice. He's a god of chaos that's constantly in a state of decay, meant to represent the decay that is inevitable in all of us in the cycle of life. Osmond Gold's just a cunt that doesn't wash himself for his areas. It's like, nah, dude. There's very big differences between a mentally ill person that needs help and a cunt. Don't be Osmond Gold today, Chad, is what I'm telling you. And if you see something in a loved one, maybe don't say something to the proper authorities now because of how those authorities are. But do actually help them if you can. Be a kind word. And above all else, chat, remember to keep an eye on yourself too, because, yeah, you are also capable of being unwell. Much like the only people who say, well, I can't be scammed. You can't? Well, friend, I've got a bridge to sell you, and I could never sell it to someone to scam them, because I just wouldn't be able to scam a genius like you. What I'm saying is, folks, you can be scammed, I can be scammed, anyone can be scammed. The easiest marks are the ones that refuse to accept that they could be a mark. But I'm going to save it for here now and try to purge my mind of thinking about Osmond Gold's blood wall before I go to make food for everybody. I thank y'all, and we will go deeper as we go along. But I like our little tower. It's doing well so far, ain't it? We'll throw some not torches. We'll put up some of the lanterns and it'll look right pretty in here. We'll see how it goes. For now, I thank y'all very much for watching. I thank you for subscribing. If you subscribed, I thank you for liking. Be nice to each other in the community and be nice to each other out there in the real world much as we can. Save your hate for the fascists. To quote Dutch, I don't want to see none of my friends punching each other when they's fascists that need a fucking punching. Okay? Work together. Work together, my peoples. We can do this together. Also, less than 7 now. Last I checked, we only had like 5 more people to sub, and we can go live. At that point, we can actually do some mind changing and talking. Because I'm happy to stay on topic if people can help me stay on topic. Alright, y'all. I thank you. I gotta dip out of here and get to work. We're on day 61. And we will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, y'all.